Welcome to part 2 of the recap of episode 3 of Love Mechanics, the series. If you haven't watched the first part, do it before you watch this one to get a better sense of things.
Hello, let's begin, guys.
As fate would have it, Mark stumbles upon Ploy with the other man again. This time he kissed her on the cheek. Ploy begs Mark not to tell V because she wanted to tell him herself, which confirms that she was having an affair. An interesting flavor is added to the scene by Mark listening to Ploy's rant without looking at her even once. He utters okay and goes inside his room still not looking at Ploy. Mark keeps getting increasingly uncomfortable about it when he sees V and Ploy being lovey-dovey at the university. V, being V, once again takes Mark with him after his classes are over, this time to buy perfume for Ploy. Mark doesn't understand why V needs his help, to which V very simply answers, because you smell good. But Mark's facial expression says, my heart just skipped a beat. In a clever turn of events, V sniffs perfume on Mark's wrist, and then his neck. Oh my! The 5 neurons that I have remaining buzzed and tingled so loud that the person in the other room heard it. I felt the warmth on my neck. Imagine the havoc Mark's neurons might be causing.
Do you get it now? That's the feeling I get when a cake is being baked at the neighbor's house.
While going back, V keeps praising how great Ploy has been, and this is the last straw for Mark. He tells V about what he saw. V doesn't believe him and asks for evidence. Mark is hurt, but V believing his girlfriend of 3 years is understandable for me. It's what V says after that had me boiling. V tells Mark that since he couldn't bear Bar's relationship, so now he's trying to break his and Ploy's. And tells Mark that he doesn't want to see his face anymore. What a complete moron! Mark, honey, go home and forget about it. Let me deal with this moron. He is in need of a piece of my mind.
I don't bite, but she might.
At his dorm, Mark is understandably furious. He takes his mobile and is about to send a clip of what he witnessed. So he did have evidence. But Mark, being 3% Mother Teresa, deletes the clip instead. And we love him even more for that, even though my heart was broken. Again, watching his pain.
Good thing there's no limit on the number of times your heart can be fixed back.
So thankful for that. Drop a comment if your heart battles the same condition as mine. Coming back, on the day of V and Ploy's anniversary, Bar shows V a video of Ploy with the other guy. It is so disconcerting for V, and his first thought is that he didn't believe Mark. V is lost. He keeps thinking about how and when all of this could have happened. Back at the dorm, Ploy surprises V with a cake. V braves through with a smile since he did not want to ruin this moment for Ploy. Ah! Later, he does hint at him not being able to take care of Ploy the way some rich person might be able to, but Ploy keeps insisting that no one can take care of her like V. Ploy, lying right at his face without even flinching, leaned V even more towards thinking that her cheating on him could be true, and that she could do it without V realizing it. V checks Ploy's phone, which she shouldn't have, by the way, but after doing so, he just couldn't stand it anymore and had to get some air. He contemplates knocking at Mark's door but decides against it. Maybe because he thought he shouldn't use Mark's shoulder to cry on after the rubbish way he treated him the last time they talked. Or maybe the fact that he didn't believe him, or maybe because of the complicated relationship and feelings he has towards Mark. Whatever the reason be, that was the right and the decent thing to do. V is out in the rain, alone and distraught, when Mark comes with his umbrella. The next scene is our favorite scene from episode 3. V acknowledges his fault for not believing Mark. Mark, being Mark, says that it's okay, he gets it, and turns to leave, when V grabs his wrist and asks him to stay. He needs Mark to be with him. V is hurting. There's a genuine need in V's eyes and voice that is undeniable for Mark. We proceeds to describe what things really pinched him and smashed him into pieces with some heartfelt, genuine dialogues that really make you feel his pain. And my dear War, bless him, reflects with his superb skill at nonverbal communication that Mark is hurting almost as much as we because he cannot bear to watch we like this.
And then,
And then,
before that, boop all the buttons under the video. Like, share, subscribe, notify, comment, and whatever else you wish.
and then, Mark kisses him. He tells V not to think about Ploy when he's with him, which is the same dialogue that was used in Ian of Love. One of the most memorable dialogues in a BL series for us somehow. Some of us might not agree with it. Personally, I don't think I would have proceeded before we officially broke up with Ploy. But we can't really judge Mark here. Let's put ourselves in his shoes and think about all the repressed feelings of love and tenderness inside of him, holding back for so long because that person is in a relationship. At this point, V's relationship with Ploy is as good as over in Mark's eyes. Only words need to be said to that effect. V is in pain, and that pains Mark. So his decision to let go is not just for himself. At this point, he wants to comfort V more than pondering about the surety of a breakup of a relationship that has already almost ceased to exist.
Can we move to the kiss already?
Of course, after Mark's declaration, they have their first kiss of love, where it wasn't about jealousy or anger, and when they were sober enough to know the difference between kissing a human and a cat. Also, War has one of the most attractive lips I've ever seen. Yin's are pretty good as well, but there's something about War's mouth that draws your attention towards it and transfixes your gaze every time he speaks or smiles. That's how the episode ends, with my heart all healed and longing for more. Thank you for watching. To watch more of us, click on the video on the screen. See you there.